Welcome to Blender add-on development for beginners, and welcome to the final and optional video in the module on overlays. Here we busy ourselves with the rather technical subject of making our add-on, or rather our draw handlers, more robust. Let's focus on the line drawing code. We draw lines between the objects stored in the active variable and the objects stored in the targets variable. We have some code in place to see if the active variable is not none, but what would happen if the object referred to by the active variable was removed by the user. This is possible because when we enable the overlay, the currently active and selected objects are stored, but after that the 3D view may change, and that is the point really. We want to see the lines and distance labels change when we move things around. But if one of those original objects was deleted from the scenes, weird things might happen. Maybe we could still access its location attribute, but since the object itself wouldn't be drawn, the line would end up in space or something. Also, if we keep a reference to an object, even though it's marked for deletion, the memory space it uses cannot be reclaimed because we still hold a reference. And I'm not sure what would happen if we use the purge option in the outliner. So we need to deal with this. Let's have a look at this alternative implementation of the draw handler. If an object is marked as deleted, we can still hold a reference to it, but any attribute access is guaranteed to raise a reference error. See the link in the description for the relevant manual section. So if we access an arbitrary attribute on the active object, we can catch any reference error. We could then simply ignore this, or we print something on the console to indicate that the active object was deleted. This might not be visible to the user, but it's useful for us when we are debugging. The same goes for the other objects. Here we already access attributes, namely the location attributes, and if that causes a reference error to be raised, we can catch it and indicate a target object was deleted. And in this case we know it's not the active object, even though we access it too, because we tested for that explicitly in the outer try. A note for the more experienced Pythonistas out there: I considered using weak refs, but sadly that's not an option because Blender objects don't support them, but I think this works well enough. Now the text drawing code has the same issues of course, so in the final version of the add-on that you can find on GitHub, it has this code too. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.